Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's Sarah Upside Down here. I wish I could like put myself in some sort of upside down picture whenever I say that because it'd be cool. But anyway, if you haven't been to my channel before, I do a multitude of different subjects, all kind of surrounding neurodiversity, and just content to help people either learn about it, or if they're also on the spectrum, then maybe tips and tricks of things that I've learned that can help them as well. So, um, yes, but today I decided I'm going to get on here and do a video every single day of this week, and I have no idea what they're going to be about besides the fact that it's going to be about autism, because Friday is Autism Awareness Day, as most of you know, and if you don't know, you do now. Yay! So up on that, it looks like this. It's like you're in a rocket and there's a rainbow in outer space. Okay, so that doesn't completely make sense. But anyways, I'm just excited. Last year was the first time that I like started a YouTube channel, got myself out there, started talking about my autism in particular, kind of like put it out there that like I'm autistic. And so it was a really huge journey that I went through, learning about all that stuff for like, I would say a year and a half or two, and then finally kind of getting the courage, I was going to say something else, to get on YouTube. And I done a little bit of stuff on Instagram, this and that, and whatever. But yeah, so this week in celebration, I want to do a video like every day, so you guys have a job to help me. uh, Gotcha, you didn't see that coming. I need help to be reminded that if there's not a video out tomorrow or the next day, that I need to put one out. So there you go, there it is. Because I tend to forget things or executive functioning issues, dates and times, and I try to schedule stuff and I don't know, it falls through and I'm still working on it. But I would like to kind of present a different topic every day this week, and just help someone else that is new to figuring out that they're on the autism spectrum, or someone that already is, but we all go through like different steps in our journey. So whatever, hopefully it helps one of the topics that comes up. I don't know why I have to do this all by my hands. Because I get excited and it just is stimmy time. Stimmy time. That's what I think I should call it. Stimmy time. Yeah. So today I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about ADHD, since I said that I would bring that up, and I remembered for once sensory processing disorder and autism. So these all kind of are interlinked, but it's not interlinked every time. And before I go like more into the subject, for me, and a lot of autistics, I'm sure, like you go through life and there's this and that and all these different things that are being thrown around, like how you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to handle, if you're supposed to cry or not. I don't know. There's so many rules. I can't even keep track of the rule book. I don't even know if I have the same rule book anymore as the rest of the world, or what's going on with that, because I am still not quite getting like the cues on things. And I also just totally forget when I'm in the moment and I'm like, why did I do that again? Why can't I handle things like they can? So really today is a lot about obstacles and like trying to just like crush them. Like, see this package of crackers? See this cracker right here? I hate to waste it because they're good. But here is the obstacles that are in the world and that tend to make things really hard, or what we're supposed to be. And here's us growing and deciding that we're going to defeat the obstacles. We're going to go through the obstacle course. Yeah. Crush it. Anyways, okay, so that wasn't probably like super helpful, and I gotta clean up all that mess. Dang it. Wasn't really thinking about that part. But I have realized that, like, while I struggle with these, I guess I just would say societal norms or whatever, I'm like, nothing's normal. Y'all just made it that way, I guess. And like not being able to be in certain environments, or like getting sensory overload, or limiting myself to different things because I feel like I should be able to do it their way, or I should be able to handle things the way that most people can, and that somehow translates to me that I am weaker, I'm lesser, I'm not as smart, I'm not as whatever, blah, blah, blah. Everything sucks. So I'm working on changing that. It's a circle. It's a really bad loop that my brain gets stuck in. But obstacles are meant to go through. I had no idea I was going to be talking about this today, but it sounds so right. So yeah, obstacles are something that you're meant to go through. And whenever you see people in the movies and they just keep on falling down, or you see those kids in like Sandlot, or Karate Kid, I don't know, I'm watching all these like shows where obviously they go through obstacles. Maybe that's where I got this from. I don't know. You tell me. But they go through it, then they fall, and then they fall, and they go through it, and they do it until they can jump through the tires or climb up the wall without, falling back into the mud right away or whatever. Now, I'm not saying that we should go through obstacles so that we can get to the other side of how everybody else does it. I'm saying that learning the techniques or the tricks or the help or whatever in order to not limit ourselves to these things that we don't think that we're capable of doing, or that society doesn't think we're capable of doing, maybe because we can't do it how they do, or we can't verbalize things how they do, or we get overstimulated and we can't continue on with whatever that is. So for me, I'm still working on like getting past a lot of those sensory obstacles. I would say that's where like I struggle the most with. And now I do have like ADHD and autism, and some OCD is kind of mixed in with that. And so those obstacles seem like they're left and right, here, 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 here. And I'm kind of like, obviously I'm an alien because I can't do anything that way, and I'm not ever going to get through it. And the it is the obstacle. So I'm working on doing things and learning things to where I'm not limiting myself, but I'm doing it the ways that help me, that I've learned from other people that have gotten through it. So when it comes to, again, the sensory processing issues and the sounds and whatever, I don't hold myself to being able to do it sitting in a room where like it's really loud, like sitting on my hands because I can't stop stimming or whatever. Because I know that later on, if I put myself through all of that kind of stuff, then, and it's not negative to say, this is just the facts. This is just what happens. I do this. I don't understand how much stimulation I got, or it bothered me a lot and I was holding it all in. And then later on, well, cause, effect, boom, like literally it's like a boom and stuff just goes south. So instead, since I have a really hard time with like audio processing and like, for instance, someone else talking while all these sounds are going on or whatever, I'm trying to learn to communicate like, hey, can we go somewhere else? Or Is it okay if we have this conversation later? Stuff like that, because I literally cannot understand or hear what they're saying. I'm not going to take it in. It's going to be frustrating to me, and then I'm going to get all frustrated and flustered later because I had no idea what just happened, or I couldn't hear the person. So, me pushing past that obstacle is learning to say or even write down or draw a picture or whatever I need to do to communicate to this person that, like, this isn't okay for me, or that I need to walk out, I need to go somewhere else, I need to take a break. And instead of me being so upset with myself that, like, I can't handle the sound, I can't understand what this person is saying, I am getting overstimulated, all those things don't equal to I'm disabled and I'm weak. It just means that I have different needs and I need to be able to communicate in a way that I take it in. I'm like, y'all know what I'm saying. So, there's this misconception that, like, we have all these communication issues and all that kind of stuff. But the other aspects are not really being put into this little, like, jumble of stuff, because it's like you can't communicate like everyone else, but also you're overstimulated, you're having a lot of issues with that, and I'm not really helping to accommodate that either, so that we can communicate in a way, because obviously you're distracted over here with all these different sounds, but I'm going to have expectations on you to deal with that. And that doesn't, to me, sound like I'm being weak. That sounds like my needs are not being met. And did I know that for like 25 years or so? No, I probably just had super low self-esteem. If that's you, raise your hand. Yeah. Because I thought it was just me. I thought I was just messed up. All these obstacles were there and I would just fall right into them, but I had nobody to tell me, like, that there wasn't just everything wrong with me, that sometimes someone just needed to meet me in the middle and help me through the obstacles so that I could learn to do it myself. Does that mean I'm always going to be able to handle sensory environments? No. It doesn't mean that I'm always going to be able to focus when it comes to my inattentiveness or whatever. No, but someone can help me with the tools to learn. And with that, it just requires a lot of discipline too. Like, easier said than done, but I really have to, um, you know, be aware of myself more. And before, I wasn't at all. Like, I had no idea. I just said things that were honest, did things that I thought whatever, and anyways, it was just a total disaster. I admit I didn't have the best ways of communicating. Partly that's learning from family that never knew how to communicate very healthy, and, well, you don't have to be neurodiverse to do that. Another is that when I did things, people weren't honest with me, from a young age, and so I eventually built this, like, I don't know, armor or whatever, where I was like, well, I've got to figure it all out myself now, and nobody's gonna help me, whatever, and became, like, extremely independent to, like, a point of probably not good, because then I didn't want to ask for help anymore. And I feel like a lot of my autistic friends are the same way with that, because we weren't really offered the help, or the help wasn't it wasn't even seen that we needed help. It was just seen that we were doing things wrong because they were different, or we might have been distracted because of all these different things and the sensory processing. So, we got slapped on an ADHD diagnosis. At least that was me, but they didn't see all of the things that I struggled with as far as the sensory processing and ADHD. So therefore, they weren't all working together as a team in order to, provide for my needs. And I guess you would have to stay somewhere long enough to do that. And I moved around a lot. So, whatever. That's where masking came in. That's a whole nother subject there. But, obstacles, they're just all over the place. And, a lot of times that comes to us thinking that like this world is just not made for us and we're not meant to really be here because it's like this. That really is partly true because I mean, they've started recently doing different things to help with people that have some of these um, obstacles, but it really wasn't acknowledged ever before. They just kind of like, I mean, put kids in places we don't even want to talk about because that's how they thought to deal with it. Um, Somebody else had to figure out what to do with their child, or they were so confused themselves because they weren't getting educated on the subject that, you know, they just kept doing the same things and they really had no idea how to meet their child's needs. And we can't always, you know, blame everybody for all of that. But in my life now, fast forward to the future, um, I guess the present. Okay, whatever. I live in the future. But um, I try my best to not put all my energy into like all the things that didn't happen, the needs that weren't met, my social issues, and all this kind of stuff, whatever, and try to like implement the tools that I've learned, whether it be through the other autistics that are on here or other places, whatever, and try to change that into like me mostly not feeling weak or looking a certain way by other people, by the world, by society, or whatever, and just mainly focusing on like what is helpful, you know, what is going to help me with the sensory processing. So I wear my headphones now, so I do it in the store. A lot of these things that we worry about, or the tools that we're embarrassed of, or whatever, like it just really doesn't matter because it's totally helping. It's totally helping. So, you know, so what if someone gives you a funny look or something? I mean, I think I got funny looks all the time before I told them I'm autistic. So whenever I tell them I'm autistic and, you know, they don't believe me or, you know, whatever, they don't say I don't look autistic, then well, what's really new, you know? You know, what's new? So, uh I always just think of like Due Date and Zach Galifianakis, like it's only uphill from here, you know. I feel like I was usually just rolling down the hill instead, but I'm trying to go up it now. Like we're going up the hill, uh, and in order to do that, like you really have to like, or at least I had to anyways, like had to stop caring about what everybody else thought of like how I was or who I needed to be or how I needed to be, and start um, going towards things that were going to be helpful or people that were going to be helpful, groups that were going to be helpful, and like taking in all those tools that I could go through the obstacles with, because I maybe have more needs. Now, do I need much as this person? Maybe not, but do I have still a lot of needs because I still have like a lot of things going on in my head that, you know, are really hard to deal with? Yeah, so I need tools. So I put all these tools in my backpack. I just shove it. It's like Mary Poppins. I got like umbrellas coming out of here. I got like ropes coming out of here, whatever. And I get all that stuff in my backpack, and then I go through that obstacle course. I go through that obstacle course with my headphones on. I go through that obstacle course with, I don't know, one of those things that like Batman has, and like throws it over and like can now go over the wall because I have that. Like innovation. Okay, so I innovate and use all of these things that help me go through the obstacle course. This sounds maybe a little bit ridiculous. Who knows if I even know what I'm talking about. But you're not just going through that obstacle course like everybody else. I think that's the point that I was getting to. Yeah. So you're going through it with what you need, what you have found that helps you. Now, this isn't like, oh, like, now we're all selfish because we said forget everybody else and now we have our own stuff and now we don't need them. That's not where I was going with that. So if you were going with that, we're not going there. It's to take all those things so that you feel capable again, so that you think in your head, like, I'm capable of doing this. I am not completely disabled. I just have different ways to do things. Okay, it's called autism spectrum disorder. I get it. It totally is disabling whenever I can't remember stuff, whenever I forget that I took my kid with me to the gym. Yes, I picked them up, so don't get me on there. Whenever I can't make it to my kid's school like every single day on time because I don't know, I just have a really hard time getting up in the morning. It's really early, all this stuff is going on. I get sensory overload like that. I am like on the hypersensitive thing, and it's great when my spidey skills show, but when I'm getting up to get kids in the morning to school, it's really not Spider-Man-y like. Okay, it's chaos, and then I immediately almost like have some sort of meltdown, and I'm just like so all of those things about autism, yes, like, can be disabling. The things about ADHD, not being able to sit down and read a dang book, and like having a hard time focusing, can be disabling. Do I do audiobooks because of that? Have I gained tools since I've learned about my autism? Yes. Have they helped me extremely in my life? Yes. Did I have people throwing them at me left and right? No, that's the part that I had to do myself, because if I wanted to change bad enough and get the help that I need for my needs, well, what is that saying? If you can't if they can't do it right, do it yourself, or whatever. Anyways, kind of like that, but like still being able to like reach out, communicate to people when you need something, like, hey, this is bothering me, or I can't stay in here even though this is a group thing because I'm getting a little overstimulated, or the conversation is going a certain way and whatever, it's triggering if it's a mental health side of things or whatever it is. But blah 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 blah. We have to like work on doing it like in multiple ways and grabbing multiple tools. Like, look at all these pots back here. There's multiple pots because sometimes I need a different pot for a different end effect. Okay, I don't know where I was going with that. But anyways, different tools are for different things. And once you find those tools for your autism, for your ADHD, for OCD, I definitely need some more tools for that. If anybody has more tools for that, because I would like to stop sweeping my floor. But anyhow, you grab all those, you shove those tools in your backpack, you go through that obstacle course like you're Spider-Man, Batman, whatever man you want to be. Yes, I just DC and Marveled at the same time. Just go ahead and punch me for it. It's all good. Because I have tools, and I'm going to be able to go through whatever obstacle course that is that you throw at me. Whatever. I got a tennis racket. Just like pop it up if you throw something. I was going to do a 15-minute video, but I got so excited all of a sudden because, like, just I celebrate every week for autism because I'm autistic every day. Actually, well, I celebrate it every day because I'm autistic every day, and I have kids that are on the spectrum. But this week is like special because I finally last year was able to like shout out to everybody like, hi, I'm Sarah, I'm autistic. And is it my whole identity? No, but I got all these tools in my backpack now because I was able to learn about my autism and like what helps me. And that helps me with confidence. It helps me to step out. It helps me to not limit myself, but to get the tools I need to go further and not just stay in the same place. So whatever. Hopefully that's helpful to you. Y'all have a great day. I need to go to my therapy appointment for my therapist is like, Sarah, you're late again. She actually never cares, but like, I need to get there. So use your tools, get you a backpack, put all the stuff in there, carry on, have a good week. Autism, ADHD, boom, 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 boom. See you guys later. Bye.